Well, good morning. It is a nice overcast. As you can see, I've got all my laundry done this morning and I'm already starting to water the gardens. It is a beautiful 70 degrees right now. It's a perfect time to get out and weed and maybe tell y'all what's been going on behind the camera. There's a couple of things that have been going on behind the camera for months, and there's a couple of things that's just kind of gonna happen and gonna be happening. So we'll get right to it. Well, I am gonna work on watering everything today. I'm actually alone on the property, and Mark has been working on a contract for, this is his third day. So he's been working pretty hard on a contract, and during that time, I've also had a couple of shifts in a row, and I'm getting prepared to leave for about a week or so, about 6 days. So while he's away, I'm going to go ahead and take care of things, and I'm hoping to get to the point where when he comes home, he doesn't have to do anything. So hopefully that's the case. I've always had a mentality where, marriage is 100% all the time, whether I do my 100%, whatever that might look like, and he does his 100%, but I always think it's good to match energy, never have one partner that's doing less than the other, if that makes sense. But everybody's 100% looks different, so I have to always keep that in mind. And my 100% looks different on a given day. If I just got off of 3 night shifts, the next day I'm pretty worthless. If I do anything, it's really a lot of effort. However, if I'm well rested and I have plenty of things to do, and I'm capable and willing, I should be doing them. Anyway, that's my motto. I've always kept that, and it's been good to us. I'm gonna put this GoPro somewhere because I need my other hand, and get this hose unattached so I can get water to the cows. I'm gonna go ahead and weed all the vegetable gardens. And as a weed, I had already recorded a portion of kind of talking about what's been going on the last little bit. Just kind of the stuff behind the scenes, things that we haven't recorded that are pretty important to this property. That's going to be probably a big change in the next year or so. So we had an event that happened a couple of months ago. We were offered 3 horses, and these horses haven't been worked with for the last 5 years, and we know nothing about horses. So of course we dig down into the internet, you watch all the YouTube channels, and you try to figure things out. You read all the information, you try to figure out what breeds they are, what do they need, how do you approach them, what do you how do you do it? They were already all named. They have been ridden maybe years and years ago. So now they're pretty much unapproachable. We can't get them up here, one, because there's no way that we can go and lasso them and muscle them into a trailer and then muscle them out of the trailer and get them up here on the mountain without a huge fight. That's one, that's not fair to the horse, that's not fair to us, and that's not a necessary thing. But this farm has like a circular pen that you can get them into and just start kind of introducing yourself, start lowering yourself to the ground, kind of making them feel like they have most of the control and so on. So we've been doing quite a bit of that. We just barely, this is our first time yesterday, we were able to get the horses into the round pen to where we were just feet away from them. I think the next time we're going to bring apples, carrots, and sugar cubes to see if we can get them even closer to where we can pet them and they can start recognizing our voice and so on. However, we've been visiting this farm every couple of weeks and just going out there and being around with the horses just so they could hear us, they're familiar with us, and this is the closest that we were able to get to them. I did do a little bit of recording of us interacting with the horses, and so that way you can at least see what possibly could be coming to this farm. Is it weird to walk on flat ground?
Even though this isn't
And flattest? Yeah.
pretty flat.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
He seems to come to you. I don't want to spook him. Mooney and Smoke. And then what's the name?
Banner Boy.
Banner Boy.
See, up here they got a whole field to run away from, so they don't have to be approached.
Oh, I gotcha.
That's why we need them down to that round pen where they can't run away and they're forced to kind of like be okay with being close.
And
So I walk up. I won't get the Banner Boy's blitz. He'll run to the other side of the path of this field.
look at Banner Boy. Is he holding a foot up?
No, just the way he's standing right now. He's not
Okay.
injured. He's just standing.
Okay.
Relax. Ears are forward and up, so he's not defensive. His ears are turned back. He's uncomfortable.
Oh, I gotcha. And when you looked up their breeds, what were they again?
They're Pasafinos.
Pasafinos? So they walk funny?
Yeah, they have a different gait, different pattern. It's like they move. Most four-legged animals move behind. Like, see when he walks, it's mostly just one at a time.
Oh, what a goofy horse.
But most four-legged animals, when they kind of move along at a quick pace, they move like a left front and a right rear
Uh-huh.
at the same time, and then the right front and left rear at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of a cross action. The Pasafinos move one side at a time. So they walk like, that makes sense?
Yeah.
So it looks a little off when they go because they get a shuffle like a human has your hips kind of shuffle when you walk.
Uh-huh.
They get a shuffle like that.
But they say it's a smoother ride. All right, let's see if we can get him to come to us.
Hey guys. Hi Mooney.
Hi, Mooney, come here.
Hi dear. Hi buddy. We just walked them down the fence line and they crossed the bridge and went straight into the round pen, like they're looking forward to being in there again. They've been so many years without going into the round pen for any kind of work and interaction. Maybe they're looking forward to it. Maybe they're looking forward to a little bit of purpose again. Pretty good stuff.
Oh, you almost had her.
She's alright. She's good. He's laying down. He's like, alright, this ain't no big deal. Good girl. Good
Good girl.
Come on, let's go around. No? Let's go around. Around, around.
Whoa.
Good job. There you go. There you go.
Now, we could have declined the offer. We could have said, no, we don't want any horses. We don't need any horses. But then we thought about the future of this ranch, farm. The rooster crows when I talk too. Look at that. So we thought about the future of the ranch, the farm, and the things around here. We only have a true access or full developed about 16 acres on the area that you guys are always seeing. We have 44 acres total, and the 44 acres is real backcountry, and there is no way that we can get the same kind of fencing, roads, water, any of that kind of stuff up there. There's just no way. So one of the things that me and Mark have been talking about is, I mean, we need to get the dozer fixed so we can blaze through a trail up there, get it fenced, so when we do have like a summer pasture, they can just go out there, whatever grows, grows. And we need to recover deadfall from there. And we're going to be building possibly a small cabin for my sister-in-law up there, and that's years to come. That's not anything that's immediate. But anyways, but the horses, we just did barely a new pasture for the cows, because we were able to find not necessarily flat ground, but not so steep either ground. We needed to get it cleared so we can come in there with a brush mower with the excavator and just mulch it down. We're able to get water over there, and we're able to put some good pasture seed over there. But we were thinking that probably that area, we got the cows in there now, but that area could be cleaned up, and we can put a round pen in there, and then we can work them, teach them how to get saddled up, and go out and actually have like a true cattle farm. So when we do have cattle out in the woods, we can get our horses and possibly a dog and start rotating our cattle throughout these pastures once they're a little bit more established. The goats are eventually going to be going away. I think a lot of people are probably getting that hint from, especially from me. I think they've come in here and they've been here for 8 years, and they've done what they needed to do. They've done a good job on clearing the weeds and pretty much everything. They cleared everything. We need to go in and now clean up after them. So once this herd is gone, and once we get the pastures cleared up, and I'm sure the weeds will come back, that's when we'll probably rethink our goat herd. And I'm thinking that I will want just a couple of little ones. I don't want a whole bunch. The cattle, we're definitely thinking pretty serious about the cattle. However, we know that we can't have a bunch of cattle up here. We can't be a 400 head herd. We can't be even maybe 100 at the most, maybe. But there's no way. The way the ground is, the way the grass grows, we'll be buying more feed than actually having feed out here. We can clean it up. We can pasture grass it. Once the goats go away, and the chickens are locked up, I think we have the opportunity to grow just about anything on these pastures, up in the woodlands and out where we have cleared. And we plan on clearing more. Really, actually, great maple trees that are nice and tall and big, and we're gonna keep those. And we don't care if it's shaded or not, but it's the scrub maple that kind of takes up a lot of root base. It doesn't grow grass underneath there very well. Junipers kind of do the same thing, but if we limb up the junipers, it still kind of opens up an area to where animals still have a little bit of shade, but then it can still grow grass. So junipers, were not so anti-junipers, but we're just wanting to get rid of the scrub maple, open it up to good trees, and also put in some diversity. We want to put in other trees that can do well up here as well, and not spread like a bush, if that makes sense. Going back to the point is, we have horses now, and we're learning as we go with them, and we're getting closer to them, and I'm hoping next spring we can have them up here and maybe even have the potential of getting up and riding them. It's the safest way to go, and it's the nicest way to go for them and for us. Ooh, there's a yellow jacket. Ooh. But anyway, we'll keep that updated. I think we'll show you guys more of that adventure, and we'll keep filming our progress with the horses, because I think that's going to be important. And I think that our goal is to use the horses out here to really increase our cattle, and be able to do cattle drives a little bit easier, not so much on foot, and get them out to sketchy places, and get them out of sketchy places where we can't do it on foot. And as we get older, we want to make sure that we can move them along. And then the other part of having horses is probably for hunting, and probably horseback riding. Mark has said is, if we live up here, I really also want to take the time to enjoy it up here. And the first 2 years was pretty much survival. Like, we needed a shower, we needed things, we needed a shop, we couldn't. And right now we're still like, we need cover parking really, really bad. We need tons of cover parking for equipment, for things, all that. Like, there's still things that are kind of urgent. We need our animals to have good shelters. We have shelters that are good enough, but they're not great. They need to be better. They need to be cleaner. They need to be manageable. They need to be better. So those are the kind of things. We need to make sure that the shop is closed in before winter. And that's coming. That's really just coming. That's coming. It's honestly, if we were to just do it, it would take us just like a week or two. So we're not pressured to do that versus getting everything else ready for winter. The shop ain't gonna take very long, especially if we recruit some help and get all the materials and just get it done. It's really just a lean-to and siding, and the siding is going to be metal, and that goes up in a day. Yeah, so there's still a lot of work to do on this farm. I think a lot of the things we know how to do, and we're just going to do it because we enjoy doing it, and we're building something with our own working hands. We just want to be proud of what we make, you know.